So, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Erev Kodesh and tazria mezora. For those taking score at home, my bar mitzvah parsha. I learned this for the first time 40 years ago, and unfortunately for about 60, 70 people, tomorrow they'll be hearing me try to get this through in shul tomorrow. So, tazria mezora, not the easiest parshos. I've never done it perfectly, and it's not going to be an exception this year. Okay. So, look up the 40th anniversary of the yard site, oh my God, of the bar mitzvah. My bar Torah from our bar mitzvah. I remember when I was a young kid. Weren't too many svarim that were in English. This was before the R scroll days. I remember we had a vishinantam for Rabbi Schwartz from Tarzamis, that's all. And so I looked up the bar Torah, and I said it over. It didn't make a lot of sense, and my father says, "You sure that's the whole thing?" And of course I turned over and there was the whole side B. I just had the one page, didn't make any sense. But so I never said this, I don't think, since then, 40 years. And about a month ago I was in Brooklyn, took a picture of this, of the Vishinantam. I said, you know what, maybe I'll write for the Or Merkaz, and I actually did this week, wrote for the Or Merkaz, the Bar Torah. And so it's an interesting medrash that I actually saw last year, but I totally forgot. There's an interesting medrash that talks about what Moshe was telling the people about tzaras, and everyone got very afraid. Heard it, they got afraid. Obviously, a lot of things to get afraid about. Your house can be destroyed, your clothes burned, you can get tzaras on yourself, your skin, different colors. You have to go outside the machne, you got to be by yourself. Not the greatest situation. COVID, you stay indoors, at least with your family. Tzaras, you're totally by yourself. So a little bit unnerving. People thought maybe they wouldn't be part of the Klal Yisrael. Maybe they think they won't be considered Jew anymore, get thrown out of the machne. Pretty rough stuff. So Moshe told us the people, and they got very afraid. And Moshe says, don't worry, these are for Umas Olam. This is for the other nations. For you, eat and drink. Okay, eat and drink. So the Chiddushei HaRim tells about this two things Moshe is saying. One is tzaras for Umas Olam, but you should eat and drink, meaning that there's two ways to serve Hashem. One is through getting yisurim, getting punishment, and one is through just recognizing Hashem. So the Umas Olam, the point is suffering, pain, bad things happening. Person gets sick, person's house, all these things happen. Person after a while thinks, you know what, it doesn't make sense that all these bad things are happening to me, those bad things, this luck. You know what, it must be from Hashem, and at some point he recognizes Hashem. Second person doesn't need the suffering to recognize Hashem. The good things, bad things, whatever it is, everything's from Hashem. Even eating and drinking on Shabbos is a way to be close to Hashem. And that's what the Chiddushei HaRim says, that the first thing, tzaras, yes, it's scary, its suffering is bad, but that's only to get people to kind of recognize themselves, recognize Hashem, and to get close to Hashem. But you don't have to do that. If you see Hashem in everything, the good and the bad, then you don't need the Yisurim, you can recognize Hashem the good way. Ad kan. The problem is, when Moshe says Umas Ha'olam, there's no tzaras for non-Jews. It's not like non-Jews in France or England or America can get tzaras. So what's this medrash say that tzaras is for Umas Ha'olam? So that's a question I had, which, a good question. But the Pritzada kind of addresses this, actually, as a second answer to this. Umas Ha'olam doesn't just mean the non-Jews, but it means being punished like the Umas Ha'olam. We know that things happen to non-Jews, to the Goyim of the world, and it's to really punish them. Hashem doesn't really punish Jews that way. Hashem punishes the Jews for a reason. Whether they have to realize something, whether they have to be metaking something, they have to tshuva for something. It's a way to kind of show lessons for them to get better. And there's Gemara in Sota, we just learned this in the Daf Yomi, that other nations of the world, no punishment until boom, huge repayment of their sins, and they're gone. For us, it's different. Us is small, 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 and we're still around. Thousands of years, the only nation that's really traced themselves back for thousands of years are Jewish people. Other nations don't have this. So the Pri Tzaddik says, when Moshe says, tzaras, that's umas olam, that's really, for Jewish people, that's kind of being punished like umas olam. You see Hashem through suffering. You see Hashem through bad things. Well, that's like a guy. A guy gets punished, and that's real punishment. A Jewish punishment is different. So Moshe is saying, umas olam, yes, they're getting punished. That's punishment. Some people view tzaras like that, or punishment or suffering in the world, like it is catastrophic, it's a makkah, it's terrible, it's horrible. That's punishment like umas olam. Punishment like a Jew, a Jewish person, anything bad that happens, you know what? There's a reason why it's happening. Hashem wants me to be metakin. Hashem wants me to get better. And that's what Moshe was saying, eat and drink, because that's the way of a Jewish person. We recognize Hashem through the eating and drinking, and even seemingly bad things, we're supposed to recognize that there's real to'elis and there's real purpose in the suffering. And that's that. Shabbat Shalom.